We're going to call today's video Blush Plus. Well, you'll see why. We've got two new blush products, but one of them is Blush Plus. We've got the Burberry Outdoor Blush that we're going to put on and talk about in just a moment. $49. And we've got, this is where the plus part comes in, we've got the Dolce&Gabbana Paint Me Up. Paint me up. Put me in, coach. Paint me up. And this one is $29. So this one is like a liquid, but it's like a multi-purpose pigment. So it's blush, kind of obviously, because I got the red shade. We'll talk about it as we apply it. But it's also for eyes, for lips, so we're going to play with it. You know, to me, everything is a face palette. So if this is a face palette in a tube, you know it has me interested. Okay, so let's try these on and talk about them a little bit. Okay, so in the Burberry, well, let me tell you the shades I got, and let's take them outside into the warm California sunshine. And then my partner in beauty crime across the Atlantic Ocean, Hand Beauty 101, she bought different shades in these same two products. So I'll tell you what those are so you can check them out on her channel. She looks good in every color, but better even in the cool tones. So, you know, I'll let you know, and then I'll link her channel below for you to check it out. Okay. All right. Let's go outside first of all into the warm California sunshine so you can see what I bought. I bought the Burberry Outdoor Blush in the shade Earthy Rose, which I really like. It's kind of like I love that nothing hint shade. And then I bought the Dolce&Gabbana Paint Me Up in Red Sketch. It's like a metallic brick red. Check those out. Check those out outside. Yeah, I bought that Earthy Rose because I like that kind of like your skin but better for a blush shade. I'm really having a reaction against these really dark, bright blushes, says the woman who also bought the Red Sketch shade. So at any rate, I really like a little nothing kiss of color. I'm hoping the Burberry Earthy Rose will be. But there are 6 shades total, and this is supposed to be all shades that kind of pay honor to the British outdoors. The British outdoors. And it comes out afterwards, so you can like use the case as a little compact with a mirror, which is kind of fun. Let me show you. Like afterwards, you could hollow out. In fact, mine fell out earlier, so I'm going to be careful here. You can hollow it out, and it's just a little Burberry compact. And look at the shade. Has the little Burberry check. Funny story that I should share with you guys. When I originally, a long time ago, I used to do a lot of work in London. When I was the editor-in-chief of a kind of a streetwear magazine forever ago, we did a lot of stuff with London streetwear brands and things like that. Not that Burberry is streetwear, but I went over there for a seminar and they had us go to like a little meeting, and they talked to us about the heritage of Burberry. And this is not a tartan and it is not a plaid because it doesn't go with a house. It is a check. So Burberry is not plaid. I'm saying that to all the Americans. They have a Burberry check. They educated us on that specifically. So this has the Burberry check embedded in there, embossed in there. It's very pretty. Hannah has Pink Heather. That's a much cooler shade. So if you want to see that, go over to Hand Beauty 101. She has Pink Heather. And speaking of Hand Beauty 101, she got 2 colors in this cool Dolce&Gabbana product. This is shade 3, and Hand Beauty 101 got shade 1 and shade 5. I got this really dark, crazy metallic red, and we're going to play with it a little bit. So the Paint Me Up is going to be an all over, they call it a multi-play pigment. I don't know what to expect, but we're going to see. First things first, let's see if I can break this into this Burberry check and put this on my cheeks here. So the Burberry is $49 and the Dolce&Gabbana is $29. So is this the intended effect? Let's see. I have a little bit of highlighter on. Yeah, I mean, I think it might go a little bit brown on me, but I do smell a little bit of, yeah, kind of a fragrant outdoorsy scent actually, which would make sense because it's supposed to be the great outdoors in Great Britain. Whenever I think of the outdoors in Great Britain, I think of those little animals with the little spikies. They're always on the road. Why can't I think of their names? Anyway, I will. I'll put it in there. And I think of little fox running around. Basically Beatrix Potter. What do you think? For a blush that doesn't, I mean, I've got light medium skin tone, so this is going to be skin tone dependent. But if you're looking for a little kiss of nothing, I mean, I'm really layering it on. Little kiss of nothing blush. I think that could almost work for any shade of your skin, almost any shade, depending on how much you put it on. I'm overdoing it just so you can really see it. That's really pretty. Really, really pretty. All right, I think we need to clear the skin here to really play with this Dolce & Gabbana, which I'm slightly afraid of. I don't know what I've gotten us all into. So here's your last look at the Burberry. Check. And I'll be right back. Stay right there. I'm all fresh-faced now. I think I'm best almost using a little hand palette here. They do make makeup palettes that I could use, but why when we can make a mess on my hands? So let's do that. What I'm doing is just kind of putting a little bit of the product there, and then I thought we could kind of dip into that. Again, this is supposedly for all over the face. I know you're going to sit there and go, really, Rebecca, anything could be all over the face? True, true, true. But sometimes, especially in the US, there's little like, you know, our FDA will say, oh, that can discolor the skin or irritate, you know. So usually it's do so at your own risk. But here they're like, there's no risk, go for it. So I'm just tapping this in. This is this bright shade. I just went for it with the red. And it's metallic, which is interesting on the cheeks, actually. Kind of works as a highlight, too. And I'm surprised. I really thought this was going to be a messy, dark red. But I am pleasantly surprised. I mean, I'm really layering it on now with how pretty and how sheer that's going. I'm not pulling my skin. Don't worry. You guys always worry about me. How that's working. What do you think? It's kind of pretty. Okay, how about on the lips? Let's take, I'm going to take a brush here. I have redder lips only because I've been doing a lot of lipstick try-ons. And I've taken it off, but my lips are a little red because they were irritated a little bit. Ooh, that goes on. You know, I am always impressed lately with Dolce & Gabbana makeup. I mean, with a brush. Now, I had a little bit of balm on my lips to start with, so it's also making it spread really nicely. Because, you know, my lips were irritated. I was scrubbing at them, but look how nicely that's going on. That is a pretty product. Look, what do you think? And on the cheeks? And the nice thing is when you're using one shade everywhere, and they do have, what did I say, how many of these? 6 shades. So, you know, when they have 6 shades, you know, you could obviously use a few, but I'm kind of impressed. Now, I'm going to try this red on the eyes, and I know that might not be advisable. It's hard to wear red on the eyes. But if you try to leave a little bit of space between your eye, the white of your eye, and the red, it kind of helps a little bit, I've found. I know, some of you are like, no, nothing's going to help. You're going to look like you have hay fever, and that may be so. I mean, you know, there's only so much you can do. I did it a little darker on that side. I'm just using this as a palette, which I think is the right way to go about this. But I'll tell you, I am pleasantly surprised with how this shears out. This is, I think, one of these products. I like to do these videos lately, you guys, called I Bought More Shades. And I think this is one of the ones I would try another shade in. I really would. What do I think of the Burberry while we're talking about? I think that's really pretty. And I like that shade that we tried, but I'm not that impressed. I mean, it's just another powder blush. There's been a lot of them. This, I am impressed with how unmessy this was. I mean, yes, I made a mess on my hand, but not too bad. It's not running down my hand. Like, I love the consistency of it. It's not running down my hand. It's not making a mess. Obviously, I'll have to go wash my hand, but it's not like getting into my jewelry and my watch. And I mean, and it goes on the lips and it shears out so beautifully. I understand some of you might not like red on the eyes. I'm not going to fight you on that. But there are other shades. But yeah, this is one where I think I would almost add to a I Got More Shades video. Because it is a very pretty product. I really enjoy the formula of it. And the Burberry, I happen to like this specific shade. But other than that, the Burberry is just kind of another... No offense, Burberry, because I love their makeup, but it's just kind of another powder blush. But the Dolce & Gabbana, a little bit of this goes a long way. I didn't even use half of what I put on my hand, so I wasted a lot, and it's $29. So for luxury beauty, it's kind of a good deal, I think, don't you? Yeah, that's really pretty. All right, so that's what I have to say about that. Oh, the Burberry's okay. Dolce&Gabbana? Get you some of that. That's really fun. You can see these all down below in my description bar, or where I can, I'll put them up here in YouTube shopping. So you can grab some or peruse the different shades. And of course, I will have the info for Hand Beauty 101, so you can check out the shades that she bought as well. Join me over on Instagram and TikTok. We're on Facebook. And I have a membership right here on YouTube where we do weekly lives, and we'd love to see you there. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for all the new fun stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.